Oh, this video is too hard to make. Your girl is now an official high school graduate. Actually, technically not yet. I graduate in 2 days, but I wanted to film this video before all the sappiness keeps coming. Today was already a pretty sappy day at my school. We had a special school ceremony. Girls in younger grades made signs. If you were a part of that, like, thank you. I know you guys watched my video. Sweet. I was blown away. I've been crying. But I wanted to film this video because I don't know, advice videos have helped me a lot, especially as I transition into college. I'm watching a lot of college advice videos. So if you're in high school or you're coming into high school, maybe this video will benefit you. This is just my experiences, my advice. I will preface this video saying my high school experience was probably drastically different than a lot of people's high school experience. If you don't know me, I go to a small private school. My graduating class has 15 students, and we are the first graduating class from the school. So it is a new school. We basically founded everything. I was first sports teams, first team captain, first part of the first 3 musicals. I was the first group in almost everything at my school. There were definitely ups and downs, just like any high school experience, but overall mine was positive, and I'm very thankful I was able to go to the school where I did go and that I was able to have influence, because I don't even know if I should have had that much influence. I definitely had put a lot of hours into my school. I definitely just didn't get there in the mornings and then leave when class was over. I would be there into the nighttime, always helping with things, always doing extracurriculars, which I'm going to get into. But I asked you guys on Instagram to give me your questions for graduating high school. You guys have a lot. There's a lot of comments, but I'm going to try to get through some of them, and a lot of them are similar. So a lot of you guys asked what extracurriculars I did. I'm going to list all those right now. Yeah, done a lot of things. The first question that a lot of people ask this question is, how did I balance life, school, and YouTube and business? Because junior year I started my consulting business. I know that I thrive in busyness, not being overworked, not being overwhelmed. I don't like that, but I don't like sitting around. And so that's why I signed up for extracurriculars every semester, and why I am always posting YouTube videos, always working on social media, always hanging out with friends or family. So being busy in high school was kind of like my thing. So I don't know how to answer this question. It's not like I have a math formula. Obviously time management, this may be the thing, but before every week, at the beginning of every week, I know what I had that week. I never go into a week being like, oh, I have nothing to do this week. I always know Wednesday I'm hanging out with so-and-so, Thursday's date night, Friday I have a family dinner, like whatever it is, I always know the week, or sometimes 2 weeks, or sometimes a month in advance what my days are gonna look like. And I think that's the big thing that helped me. So I wouldn't schedule things during, 6 p.m. January and February, because I knew I had rehearsal. So I just knew my calendar ahead of time, and that's probably my biggest tip, is just to know your calendar ahead of time. Use Google Calendar, use a planner, use your phone calendar, whatever you need to do, but know your schedule ahead of time so that you don't have too many things overlap, and that you can also make some time for yourself and things that you love, because that is so important. How did you deal with high school drama throughout the years? I recently made a video, it's like my girl power one, that talks about drama. There's gonna be drama at any school you go to, even my small school, there's still drama, even with fewer students. Honestly, again, I shouldn't even be making this video. I really don't have advice for you guys. I'm just like, I don't even know. I still struggle with it. It's still hard to get caught up in it, but my biggest tip would be to separate yourself. And that's kind of what I had to do the last semester at my school. Is I was so oblivious to all the drama that was going on, and I was like in the center of it this last senior year. And another question I got was, what was your hardest year? Probably this senior year, because there was a lot of changes, a lot of things happened. But senior year was probably my hardest, but also really rewarding, because I learned a lot about myself, and I taught myself a lot, and I really discovered and kind of how I want to be seen. And and I also learned a very important thing is to not get so caught up in what people think of you. I really learned this year to take care of myself, and that sometimes that does mean getting rid of toxic people. And I had a question about how to get rid of toxic people, and really it's just separating yourself. It's hard to do at a small school. At a bigger school you can kind of mesh with different groups, but I just really tried to focus on friendships outside of the friendships I was used to, and it was really difficult for me. And I had to think about the person I want to be in the future, and step away from the things or people or whatever, just the things that wouldn't help me be that person. And a big part of that is drama. Drama has no positive thing in your life. You may feel better for being a part of it. You may feel better for talking it, for hearing it, but it really in the long run has no positive influence on your life. And that is what I realized this year. And I'm not perfect at all, but I really tried to only talk about the best in people. One person asked, how do you stay motivated when you get really busy? I stay motivated. I think I said this in like an Instagram live. Past few weeks I've been really unmotivated for my YouTube channel and stuff. Like this week is I've kind of gotten back into it. I filmed a lot this week, but because all my senior stuff, like school stuff was coming to an end. We're all just like, okay, yeah, we're like done. And I didn't feel like doing anything. This is like the weird time in my life where I didn't want to do anything except like watch movies. I've been loving watching YouTubers. I've been loving listening to podcasts. I know those are very typical answers, but it's literally what I do, guys. I worked on my vision book. I will have that linked in the cards and below. I worked on my vision book. I watched motivating videos and podcasts, and that's how I stay motivated. Someone asked like a college question, like how important are sports and extracurricular activities in the application process? I'm guessing you're saying application to college process. I obviously don't go through college applications, so I don't know how important it is, and I think it depends on the college, but I know that colleges do like to see well-rounded students. So if you can just do like volleyball at your school for a semester, just to show on your application that, you know, you do more than just study, you know, you have amazing grades, but look, you also like did volleyball and like group team effort stuff. If you can, or like join your theater club. Like probably my favorite thing about high school is all the extracurriculars I did, being in the musicals, being in like a show or a choir, something you do on stage, and a team, a sports team. Like it really brings everyone together. Like if you can get in an extracurricular and you love what you're doing and you find other people that love the same thing, obviously, then it's gonna be so good. Just have friends, and it's just some of the most amazing memories I have of high school are from extracurriculars and sports. It can be intimidating, like walking in that first practice, going to tryouts, auditions, whatever it is. It can be intimidating, but it's only gonna make you a stronger person. So just remember that you can do it. What do you think was the biggest life lesson you learned in high school? This is kind of a sad one, but it's so true, and it's one of the life lessons I've learned, is everyone is going through something. You see someone put on a pedestal, maybe, you know, typical popular person, and you think, oh, their life's perfect, but everyone is going through something. We're always sucked into ourselves like, oh, woe is me, this is going on in my life, but you look over to your fellow classmates, maybe someone you've never talked to in your class, they're going through something too. Or the person that doesn't seem like anything's going on in their life seems perfect, something's going on in their life too. Everyone is going through something, and I can't put it into words, but to that person, that problem, that the biggest problem they ever had is monumental. You know, maybe it's it's a teeny tiny problem compared to your problem, but to them, it's monumental. And that's why my next answer to the next question going into this, which is biggest piece of advice for incoming freshmen or just for anyone in high school, biggest piece of advice for anyone in life. This is what I can say. I'm only 18. Maybe I don't know anything about this world, but this is what I stand on, and that is to always be kind. And I always have tried to go out of my way and talk to someone who seemed uncomfortable. And I've always tried to invite everyone in my class, which was easy with 15 people, but all throughout like elementary, middle school, high school, I've always tried to invite everyone to my parties. Always just reach out, give that reaching hand, you know, give that someone a pat on the back or a hug. Like if you are kind, then people will feel comfortable with you and they will want to come to you. And then I think that is one of the biggest successes in life, is if you help someone who's in a place of hurt and you're kind and you give them a smile or a hug and you brighten their day. That is one of the biggest successes ever, because you are making an impact in their life. And so it doesn't matter how many followers you have on social media to be an influencer. Okay, we're bringing this around. It doesn't matter how many followers you have on Instagram to be an influencer. You can influence people in your school, in your life, in your work, wherever you are. You can influence them every day just by being kind. And I just don't think that's told enough in this world. It's all about success comes from money or wealth or, you know, what title you have by your name. But success really is if you can help someone else out and bring them up and bring them up in just a little way, that is a huge success. So that is my biggest tip for people in high school, is just be kind to everyone. The mean girl status may, you know, get you likes, but at the end of the day, when high school is over, when life is over, people are going to remember who was kind to them. They're not going to remember who wore what. They're going to remember who was kind. So that is my biggest piece of advice. I'm ending this video on that. Thank you guys so much. And I just want to also, I got to make this sappy because it's a graduation video. You guys have grown up with me since, if you came from my American Girl Doll channel, you've grown up with me since like I was 10 years old. You've grown up for me with like 8 years. If you joined this channel, you've grown up with me since 8th grade. I've been through a lot. I've changed a ton on this channel, and I really grew up online. You guys watched me grow up, which is really intimidating, but also great. I just want to say thank you, because I wouldn't have the life I have if it wasn't for you guys. I don't really know what I'd be doing if what YouTube wasn't in my life. It's kind of weird that a social media can have this much influence. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. But I love you all so much, and I just want to say a million thanks to you, and I wish I could hug each and every one of you the day I graduate. Like, I really wish you all could come to my graduation. That would just make it the best thing ever. I could just hug each and every one of you. Oh my god, I'm crying thinking about how amazing that would be, but that's impossible. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video, because we are just on to another journey, another step in this channel as we move on to college videos. Here we go. Bye.